everyone. It's Anahata. How are you? We are already on day 12, but don't worry. The party starts when you arrive because you can circle back through all of the beautiful days 1 through 11 and just join us today. Be present where we are. And you're magnetizing this information for a reason, a very special reason. Today's code in the Assisting Frequencies group happens to be all about freedom through forgiveness. This is a very touchy subject because a lot of us, even though it doesn't feel good, we want to retain that righteousness, that hurtness, that they did me wrongness, to validate our feelings. But in the end, resentment over time only harms you. And if you think about it, it's only perpetuating those feelings and causing people to treat you in those ways again and again and again. You're essentially saying yes. Now, forgiveness doesn't mean that you have to, it's just acceptance. It's just undoing those binding thoughts that are still consuming your energy surrounding something that occurred that someone did to you. And the other way you can look at this is when you don't forgive someone, you're keeping that vein of energy open to manipulation. What do I mean by that? If you don't forgive someone, you're saying they are able to control the way you feel. And if you don't want someone to control the way you feel, and if their actions have turned to bitterness, resentment, and you have this general dense vibration that isn't serving you or anyone else, who's controlling you? Well, then doesn't it make sense to forgive them, not for the purpose of letting them off the hook, but for the purpose of letting yourself off the hook, liberating that energy so that you don't have to keep thinking in spiral cycles of dysfunction about how these things are wrong or unfair or somehow justify the way you feel through the facts. We don't need to do that anymore. We can just let it go and let bygones be bygones. And the Assisting Frequency today really supports you in doing that in a fantastic way because it brings in astrology. Now, at the moment of your birth, you have some star codes that came in to support you on your journey. You chose them before you came into this body in this time space, based on the lessons you want to learn and the things you want to overcome, and also the things you want to create, the things you want to be exposed to, because your star codes give you superpowers. It's called astrology. Now, pardon me, astrology is also both scientific and mystical. There's a lot of science behind it, and weaving in quantum physics, it gets really interesting, unlocking very interesting, almost spooky ways to look at it. If you look up your natal chart and you read about that personality, you're like, whoa, that's my personal reality, right? And so the joy of the codes is that any of these spices, these cosmic attributes that are found in astrological nodes and areas and angles and signs, you can take those off the cosmic aisle, a little bit of that, and boom, you can actually change your astrological attributes to serve you. So this is really what today's Assisting Frequency empowers you to do, but the specific code is a vehicle to discover who you truly are. So this is going to be it's going to bring you realization into your unity, allowing you to move closer to unconditional love through forgiveness and trust in the universe. Now, there's some things about it that, you've got to prepare yourself for, and you're only going to receive as much as you can digest. It's like a vitamin. You'll encode the water, you'll drink the water after 6 hours or after wanding for 60 seconds. All the details are inside the Assisting Frequencies group. Don't worry if you don't understand this. Once you read today's lesson that is pinned at the top of the group, you'll understand that releasing hatred, blame, bitterness, resentment, and replacing it with love, compassion, trust, and sovereign power to choose. You know, you let go of those grudges and those pain points, that liberates your energy. That absolutely frees you up and releases you from the depleting energy chains that are associated with that hurt. And so it just makes sense. Why would you want to keep rehashing things and keep those structures in place? You're essentially saying that someone else controls you. And that's not growth. That's not sovereign power at all. That string, that thread is still there. So there's some helpful sutras to help you remember about forgiveness, to resonate with unconditional love and compassion, to manifest more joy, love, and peace in your life as a direct result of this assisting frequency. And you're going to feel so much lighter, just letting that go. And it doesn't have to feel hard anymore. And there's a way that you can encode the water. When you drink the water, it's going to retroactively diffuse the trigger aspect of those events retroactively. When you change the way you think about a memory, that memory changes, and that means that thing has changed. Change the energy, change the manifestation of the mass. So I hope that you all are well. Again, you're not late. Come on in. Today is day 12. Start here. 13, 14. We wrap up on Tuesday with an incredible 11 direction ceremony, which is premiering in my YouTube channel soon, but it will actually debut on Tuesday itself. But I'll get it posted by tomorrow or so in preparation. So it'll be a culmination of all of these lessons. And guess what? You can also then go back around to day 1, 2, 3, 4, any of the ones you missed, and do them on your own schedule. But you have to start somewhere, right? You can see these messages and you can go, wow, that looks nice. That seems wonderful. I just don't have time. What you're really saying is that you don't want to change, that you're okay with where you are. And if you aren't okay, go there. Dream bigger, take the risks needed to let go of that ego, the sameness, do something different, spread your wings, climb that mountain, look at the vantage of new places that you can go, and let go of the old you that's preventing you from having the motivation, the peace, the joy, the desire to become full and live your practically magical life. All right, guys, love you so much. Short and sweet today. Hope to see you in the room. Bye for now.